In this video, I'm going to break it down and let you know, do I make more money as a YouTuber or as a bookkeeper? Hey, I'm Morgan from FindPoints.biz. As I was setting goals recently, I was kind of analyzing different parts of my business, and I'm always trying to figure out what is the most profitable part of my business. And right now, my YouTube channel is growing, and it does take up increasingly a little bit more of my time. So I was wanting to make sure that the time and effort that I'm investing into YouTube really is paying off. And you should always be doing this within your small business as well. You know, you should be analyzing, like, would it be better if I just stopped working for myself and went to go work for someone else? Like, am I actually making a higher hourly rate, or however you want to calculate it, higher than I would be in a different job? And of course, as I always talk about, there's way more perks for working for yourself and having that flexibility. But you get my point. Like, we want to make sure we're spending our time in the right places. All right, so if you just want to know the short answer, right now I'm making slightly more money with YouTube per hour than I am bookkeeping, which for some reason I was minorly disappointed by. I think I kind of wanted bookkeeping to win. But I am going to break down the time that I spend on each one and kind of like the income I make, because there are definite pros and cons to each business model and each set of tasks. I'm going to start with the YouTube aspect of it and just kind of break down how much time I spend on each video. So right now I think I have 12 or 13,000 subscribers by the time this comes out. My income varies pretty significantly per month by like a few $100s, but I'm going to say for the purpose of this that I make a little over $1,000 per month on YouTube. And I do spend $200 a month on video editing. I used to spend about 2 hours per video editing, or maybe a little bit more sometime, but now I have an editor do that, which I love. As you might imagine, time varies so much video to video and task to task, so it is hard to nail down exactly how many hours you spend on each thing, even as a bookkeeper or as any job, I think. But basically, I tried to break it down. And so I do my videos in batches, so I plan like 3 or 4 videos all at once. I film 3 or 4 videos all on the same day, etc. So I'm estimating that I spend about 3 hours per video. So that is about a half an hour of prep time, about a half an hour of filming time. Usually I film twice as much. Like if I'm making a 10-minute video, I film 20 minutes, and then there's a little getting ready time and setup time. So I said half an hour for that. Editing now for me is 0 hours, but I already took out that expense. And then it takes me about an hour to review the video, to download it, to upload it to YouTube, to write all the descriptions, all the tags, to make the thumbnail, all that stuff. So I put an hour for that. And then I feel like there's just random other things, like I reply to comments, I get emails from subscribers, and so I email with you guys sometimes. And there's also just a bit of like research. So like I'm sometimes watching like other bookkeepers' videos, you know, all the random kind of things. So altogether, I estimated about 3 hours per video. It might even be less than that on a few videos. But again, I was trying to be fair to bookkeeping, so I wanted to almost overestimate the time that it takes me for each video. So I said 3 hours per video, and I make 4 videos per month. So I'm spending 12 hours on YouTube per month working on YouTube stuff. So if you take my $900 I make divided by those 12 hours I work, then you get $75 an hour. So that's a pretty good rate. So I mean, I'm quite happy with that, and I enjoy making YouTube videos. I feel like I'm supporting other bookkeepers, which is a good feeling as well. I will talk about some of the cons of YouTube for sure. All right, the first thing that is a major thing you should realize is the first year I made $0. So I worked an entire year on YouTube before I got monetized, and I made $0. So now that's what I'm making, but I did not start out making that much. So I guess if you wanted to like average it all in, I would be making half as much. But anyways, that's kind of something you have to know about YouTube. I made $0 for a year. And number 2, many people do not succeed at YouTube. There is kind of like a formula you can follow, and you can learn tips and tricks for how to succeed. But even some people work really hard and they can't quite find their niche, or they can't quite gain their audience even when they're working really hard. So there's no guarantees on YouTube. My views have continually gone up, 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 up every 4 months, and my subscribers have gone up, 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 up. But the last 2 months, my income was down a little bit from 3 months ago. Basically, as a creator, I have no control over that. It's a lot about how much advertisers pay. So as creators, we get paid by the ads that you see at the beginning or the middle of the video, and how many people click on them, I think, too. Matters a lot. And then, of course, it's a totally different skill set from bookkeeping. Like, if you don't want to have your face on camera, if you don't want to learn video editing and all that tech kind of stuff behind the scenes. And on the other hand, one big pro to YouTube is that it will continue to grow even as I put in the same amount of hours. I can continue to make 4 videos per month, but my whole channel overall is getting more views, and therefore I'm making more money with the same amount of work. So I've been monetized by YouTube less than a year. So my first paycheck was somewhere $150 or something, and it has definitely grown throughout this year. One other thing about my YouTube channel is it obviously goes hand in hand with my bookkeeping business, because if I wasn't a bookkeeper, I wouldn't be making videos about bookkeeping. So obviously bookkeeping was a very strong base within my YouTube channel. All right, and then on to bookkeeping. And just a quick note, I'm not really talking about expenses for either one of these. So that might vary a little bit, but to be honest, neither of them is a very expense heavy income stream. So my YouTube, I actually am still filming on my smartphone. I don't know if you guys think that the quality is bad or the audio is bad. Leave me a comment down below. I haven't gotten too much feedback about not being able to hear me or see me. If I was a photographer, I'm sure I'd want like a really nice camera, but just giving informational videos, this has been sufficient for me. I probably will upgrade to a nicer camera pretty soon here though. And then the expenses that are ongoing for bookkeeping are pretty small too. The biggest one is the software, QuickBooks Online, and you guys can watch a lot of other videos about that stuff if you are curious about expenses. I do have a video that is about my bookkeeping profit margin. I'll put the thumbnail right here if you guys want to watch that one. All right, so as a bookkeeper, the minimum I want to be charging is $50 an hour for myself. And I do fixed pricing for my clients. So the only time I'm really making $50 an hour is when I'm kind of working slowly or if there's a problem. So usually I try to get my work done at a quicker pace than $50 an hour, if that makes sense. I did a video called Month in the Life of a Bookkeeper, and I'll put some of the screenshot up here. I broke down one client like minute by minute. Like this reconciling takes me 10 minutes. This takes me 5 minutes. This takes me 30 minutes. So that'll kind of give you an idea of some of the bookkeeper tasks and how long it takes me. But basically my goal is to be, $60 an hour. I feel like I should be raising my prices even more a little bit. All right, and the pros to being a bookkeeper, I find it to be more reliable and you can grow quicker if you'd like to. So if you put a lot of effort into marketing and get like 10 clients, in 6 months or something, your income can double or triple. Whereas with YouTube, it's a very slow grow. Even though it's a passive income, which I'm really liking, it's a slower grow. At least it was for me. Some YouTubers blow up and go really fast, but I feel like that's less common. And then if you do lose one client, it's not a big deal because you probably have some other clients to fall back on. Like each client is probably only a small percentage or like 10% of your income maybe. Maybe you have some bigger clients too. But like if YouTube goes away tomorrow, then that 100% of that income is gone. Like I don't have any control over that. And again, it's just a skill set thing. I feel like actually being a bookkeeper is more aligned with my natural skill set. I'm an introvert and I just kind of like, being organized and working with myself and then talking to clients when I need to. It's kind of a stretch for me to be outgoing and to talk to you guys on camera and to get ready and do all that. So I personally am really happy kind of with the balance I have right now, doing some YouTube and doing some bookkeeping. I still only work like less than 2 days a week right now. I have little kids and they're virtual schooling in 2020 and probably 2021 also. So that is what's right for me at this point. Let me know in the comments below if you ever thought about starting a YouTube channel or if that is like just totally a no-go for you. I never thought I would start a YouTube channel. I watched a ton of YouTube and I really enjoyed it. But really it was only when I started thinking of it as like a marketing technique or, started thinking of it in conjunction with my bookkeeping business did it really make sense for me. All right, thanks so much for staying till the end. Don't forget to subscribe for a new bookkeeping video every week. Again, I'm Morgan from FindPoints.biz and I love helping bookkeepers get organized. Thanks so much. Bye. Maybe this would be a good video to have bloopers on. I don't know.